Hi everybody, welcome back to Bring Life Indoors. It's Moira here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're doing well and having yourself a beautiful day. Today I'm doing a few planty things, which is not things I usually do in the winter unless I have to. You rarely catch me. The only time you'll catch me planting in the winter is outside. But most winters it's rare to find me repotting plants in the house unless I really have to. I only do it when I feel I really have to, and I feel like I'm doing my plants injustice, not repotting them for the reasons they need to be repotted for. So that's the only time you'll find me in winter, really, with the plants out inside the house, out here repotting. Only when there's a need, only when I feel I really need to. But otherwise, I usually wait for spring, and But anyway, let's do this. Here, I've got a few plants that I need to repot, and basically, is the two arrowhead plants which are from my son and my daughter's room. And they are pretty, I think they're pot bound because they dry out so quickly, and and I feel like they're pot bound. They really don't stay, moist for long. And those two here, which I'll show you just now. But I'll show you as we go. We'll talk as we go, right? Let's do one plant at a time and talk. Why am I repotting this particular plant? But anyway, I've got my soil here and I've got my pot. I hope it's not too big for what I want to do. Let's see. Maybe let's start with Jonathan's jade. Now, I was cleaning his room this morning. If you know me and you are not new here, my whole house has plants everywhere. Even my children's rooms, I filled them up with plants. And I thank God that my children have taken after me over all these years, and they love plants. And it's something that I didn't force onto them. They just love them. They just love them. For me, I just put plants in their room, and they fell in love with those plants. And today they call it their own plants, of which it is their own plants. You know, the beautiful thing about the plants they have, they're very sentimental, in the sense that it's plants I've propagated for them. I didn't go to the shop and buy those plants. I took from what I had and I propagated for them. And there's probably just a few that I picked up for them at a plant shop, and the rest of the other collection, they bought them themselves. Can you believe it? So yeah, when we are at the garden shop, when they see something they like, they get it. They buy themselves those plants. So they also love plants. Now, this is my son's jade, which I propagated for him. And it has grown so beautifully. I love the structure it has taken and the form it is taking, because I want to turn it into a bonsai. And I was cleaning this morning his room. He's got plants on the windowsill, amongst other places. And I bumped it and it fell. That's the pot. So I want to repot it and just put it in this. I was going to put it in here, but I feel like this is going to be too big for it, because this is deeper. It goes all the way in there. I don't know, maybe later on as it grows. But I think I'm going to, just put it in this terracotta pot. So yeah, it happens. What can you say, hey? Things do happen. Things do happen. But you can see it was getting pot bound itself. So I'm sure it's going to appreciate this, space or room to grow. extra room to grow. I'm sure he's gonna appreciate that. So I don't know. So do you have children? I've got 2. They are 10 years apart. And it's a girl and a boy. My son is 10 years old and my daughter is 20. And from as long as I can remember, they've always loved doing planty things with mom in the garden. Though the sister, I must say, there's certain things she enjoys gardening wise, and there's certain things she doesn't enjoy. Jonathan goes all the way in. Jonathan, there's nothing that bothers him. He loves everything garden. And Offense, on the other hand, she's not a fan of getting all muddy and soil in the nails kind of a situation. You need to give her gloves. You need to give her gloves. And yeah, so, but she loves her plants, and she collects also. It's not a regular thing, but when they see the plants they like, and we are together and they see a plant they like, they will ask me to get it for them, and we do. And so yeah, so I'm glad I managed to sort this out. And it was dry, so I'm gonna give it water. It was dry, so I'm sure it will appreciate room. So that's my daughter. She loves plants, but there's certain things she's not keen on, or and this is hers. This is her arrowhead plant, which I'm gonna take out of this teacup. I don't know if you're like me. I had these beautiful teacups and I love them. Look at those roots at the bottom. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah. And I turned them into pots. I drilled holes and then I turned them into pots. So I'm gonna try and gently, this has been in here for more than 2 years. For almost 2 years, if not more, a little over 2 years. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out. See, it's pot bound. This is all roots and some soil. So I'm just I don't want to disturb the plant, because the whole idea really is just to give it to give it a bigger pot. That's all it is. That's the whole idea here. It's just to give it a bigger pot and room for it to grow. That's all we are doing. So yeah, that's my daughter. She loves plants. Her favorite is orchids. Yeah, orchids, that's her favorite. She's got one. I bought her one a while ago, and the fact that it's still alive, for me, that speaks volume. It's not plants I collect, orchids, but she loves them. She loves them. So I got her one the other time, a while ago. And so yeah, so she's happy to get down with you and do plenty things, as long as it's not all muddy and and she has to get her hands in there. No. She will wear her gloves. She'll stay away from the muddy situation. Me and Jonathan will be all in there enjoying it. I mean, sometimes you can't even recognize us. We enjoy it. We love it. But for her, I know her limits. I know, yeah, you need to know your kids, right? You need to know your kids. Yeah, what they enjoy and what they don't enjoy, right? That's offensive. So yeah, sitting like this, she will enjoy this. She loves this. It's very organized. It's very yeah, you've got your mat. but then she'll be wearing gloves, so you've got your mat but yeah, and it's a it's not I think outside is, yeah, the problem is outside. If I have to be honest, the problem is outside. But pot plants outside, she will do them. You see how pot bound, yeah, no, this is all, yeah. If you find her outside with me, you will find her you'll find her either what will you find her doing really, which she enjoys? I think passing on things to you. Yeah, and the cleaning up part of things, like if we are working on the patio, yeah, she'll enjoy the cleaning up part of things with you. And if it's pots, she'll enjoy the planting process with you. And if it's on the ground, as long as she has gloves, she'll be happy, you know. But sometimes me and Jonathan gets very silly, and I'll take the hose pipe and get them all wet, especially if it's summer. Yeah, she'll enjoy that as long as there's no mud involved. So yeah, but that's my daughter. That's my daughter. Yeah, and as for my son, okay, this is for Jonathan. This plant is for Jonathan. As for my son on the other hand, I think when it comes to things like this, it's more like mom. He doesn't mind getting down and dirty at all. He doesn't mind getting his hands muddy and nails soiled up and clothes a mess with soil. And he doesn't mind. He enjoys it. He really loves it. And by the time we are done, me and him, we will be sometimes, it's not always, it depends what we are doing. We will be wet. We will be muddy. We will be, you know, but we would have had fun. I mean, you know, it depends on what we are doing, you know. And yeah, with him, anything goes with Jonathan. Offense, you need to know. But with Jonathan, anything goes. Now I'm going to use the same pot. I just want to see what's going on. And I'm going to use the same pot. This is your Philodendron Rojo Congo. I need my toothpick. I think it fell. But it's nice. It's nice to have something you love and enjoy, and your kids also enjoys it. Alrighty, I'm not gonna use this soil. Like I say, this soil is so old. It's so old. I wanna give it fresh soil. So I'm not gonna use this old soil. I'm gonna throw it into a compost. But then I wanna give it fresh, clean soil. So I'm not gonna disturb the plant. Just gonna put it in there. Let's just reduce. I don't wanna disturb the plant. It's still moist because I watered it not long ago. I hope this will stabilize it. You know, the root bowl is still very small, so don't wanna give it a bigger pot. That won't be good. This size is perfect. But I'm sure it will be more stable than what it was, you know. Because it really wasn't. I always felt like if someone bumps this plant, it will fall over. It will just fall out of the pot. Yeah, now it feels a bit more stable. I love the wonky way, the way it's growing. It's a bit like it's not straight up, and I don't have a problem with it. It's okay. I'm not trying to correct that. I'm just trying to secure it and give it fresh soil. This soil is old. So basically, I love how it's growing. You can see it's growing towards the light. Yeah, so I don't have an issue with how it's growing. I'm not even trying to straighten it up. I want it to continue to do its thing because that's not what I'm trying to correct. It's not what I'm trying to correct. Right now, I'm just giving it fresh soil because it needs fresh soil, and it definitely needs to be more stabilized because I've had this for over 2 years, over 2 years, long. It was a little bambino, and now it's all big. So we're going to put it back into this pot. Now, this pot helps a lot. This pot helps a lot. It's heavier, so it does the job. You know what I mean? But even this repotting is the best thing I've ever done to this. Every year I say to myself, Moira, you need to repot this plant. And I'm like, it's okay, not now, not now. And a year comes and a year goes, a year comes and a year goes. And trust me, sometimes when we do that with our plants where we don't give them what they really need, even if it's a small thing like repotting and giving them fresh soil, you are basically you are not allowing them an opportunity for them to actually flourish, because leaving them in a depleted, nutrients depleted soil takes away from their growth. They will grow, there's no doubt about it, but not as what do you call it? What's the word? Not as they should. I can't find the word. Not as they should. They will grow, but not as they should. They won't flourish. There's a difference between something is growing and is staying alive and it's growing. There's growth, but it's not flourishing, it's not thriving. And that's exactly what's been happening with this plant. At some point, it just started just growing. It was no longer thriving. Now let's deal with this madness. Now, I've explained to you with all these other ones why I was reporting them. I think I have, right? The other one, I broke the pot. The other two, they were drying out way too quickly. And the other one, this Rojo Congo Philodendron, it was just time. And I feel like waiting for spring is just waiting too long at this point. So anyway, though it's not, it's just a few weeks and it's springtime. Do you know that? It's just a few weeks. It's almost here. Spring is around the corner. Spring is around the corner. 1st of September. But anyway, now let's talk about this one. Why are we reporting this one? I overwatered this plant. Now, this plant used to stay in my daughter's room. And my daughter's room, it gets full sun the whole morning, basically. It's one of the loveliest room in the house. Jonathan gets full sun, but half of the morning. Offense gets full sun the whole morning, from the time sun rises to the time that sun moves to the afternoon. Like, yeah, she gets full morning sun, the whole morning. And then from there, she gets bright light throughout the day. Now, it was in her room and it did absolutely amazing. Now, a room like that, you must know, if you have a room like that in the house, plants in a room like that, they dry out relatively quickly. They don't stay moist for too long, which is nice. I love that. And, and you tend to have your your hands on things quick and easily, because things are not out here taking long to dry and wonder, is it dry, is it wet, is it dry, is it wet? But then what happened is I moved it to the guest room. Now, I've never had it in my guest room before. I've never had a plant like this, Micans, in the guest room before. Other plants I've put in the guest room are doing well. I haven't lost a plant in there. They're doing well. Now, this one on the other hand, I watered it with every plant like I did. Every plant in that room was dry, and I watered them. I watered them together. And then the other day I decided to go and clean that room, because it's a guest room. We hardly there, so I clean it once in a while. And I get there, the leaves are turning yellow and they're looking weird. The vibrant color is gone. All I'm getting is this funny looking color, and I pick up the pot is still wet, and it was wet for a while, it was heavy for a while, and I wish I attended to it when I felt it should be getting dry by now. So the mistake I did was I watered it, and I didn't throw out the water out of the saucer. So so it stayed wet for too long, and obviously it didn't appreciate that. Yet in the room where Fence's room, the room it was previously, I used to do that. I'll water it and I'll leave that little bit of water in there, and it loved it. But it's because the conditions were different. You know what I mean? The conditions are different. Fence's room, like I said, it's warm, it's hot. Trust me, it's hot. You're looking for a warm room in winter, it's her room. You're looking for a hot room in summer, it's her room, because of the sun situation. Plants love it there. But then the guest room, on the other hand, it's medium light. Things in there takes a while to dry out, and all. And I didn't think much of that. I used the same watering system I've been using when it was in Offense's room, where I leave a little bit of water at the bottom and I go on with my life, because I tell myself I hardly go into that room, just in case I forget to water them. At least they won't, you know what I mean? They won't suffer. But I ended up with root rot. Well, I think it is. Even now, it's still heavy. Can you believe it? Even now, I've just watered that room, the plants in that room. Oh, I hope it's not root rot. I've just watered the plants in that room today, except this pot. It was still wet, and it's still wet. So what I'm going to do is I just want to take it out of this wet situation, see what I'm dealing with. And if roots stays behind, then it's root rot. If not much root stays behind, then it's not, it's root rot. Look how much I'm left with now. Most of the 90% of the roots, they stayed behind. So I don't even know if I should repot it, or I don't know. This is all roots. Well, roots and soil, but this is what I'm left with. So bear in mind when you move your plants around the house, bear in mind the whole environment situation, because that affects the plants, and that will definitely also affect you. Apart from the fact that it affects the plants, it definitely will, you will have to change your maintenance. You'll have to look into your maintenance routine with that plant. What you used to do in the other room, you can't do in the next room you're going to move this plant to, unless the environments are similar. If the environments are not similar, you're going to have to change a few things. So if if you are moving a plant from a low light situation to a bright light situation where they will dry out quicker than what they used to, it means you're going to have to up your watering schedule, your watering routine, where you water a bit more, you check the plant a bit more, that you don't end up with a plant that's dried up and it's unhappy. But if you are moving a plant from a room where it used to dry up quicker and it received a lot of light, and then you're moving it to a room where it doesn't dry up so quick and it receives less light, then you need to change your watering schedule, whatever, routine or whatever, and water less. And before you water, make sure, and even in that, don't leave water at the bottom like I was doing, because trust me when I say that system worked for me so well in Offense's room, because Offense's plants dries up so quickly, so we tend to leave a little bit of water at the bottom of in the saucer, and it works. Plants in there loves it. They love it because then they drink up so quickly and they dry out so quickly. But anyway, let's decide what we're doing here. But now, my whole roots, or most of the roots, 90% of them are gone. You can see this is, how do you know you're dealing with root rot? When you pull the flesh of the root, all you get is this fiber looking skinny thing, then you know you're dealing with root rot. Now this is all root rot. So I might not even plant it. I might just put it in water. So I'm going to wash it by the sink and clear all this up and come back and put it in water propagation, and we will then, hopefully it will handle it well, and then we will replant it, who knows, this coming spring or summer, depending on how quickly the roots recover and develop. So let me just clean it up. Alrighty, let's just see. It's sad, it's sad. I wish I had a picture, but I'm sure if you go check my videos, this plant does feature in some of my videos, but it's sad. Wish I attended to it the minute I saw color change, but I didn't. And I thought it will bounce back, I thought it will eventually dry up, but yeah. So we're going to propagate this. Okay, gonna take it one strand at a time. So no stems like these that don't have leaves, I'm gonna throw them in sphagnum moss. It's not an issue, and I know they will root just fine. If you saw the other video I did, where I basically, let's just put water in here, propagated these stems that don't have leaves in sphagnum moss, and they took off so well. So that's what I'm gonna do with those. I'm gonna just use this lovely glass okay. Alrighty, so anyway, let's start here at the bottom, because there's really nothing from there. Put it all the way in like that. But I want to remove all the funny leaves. There's no point. I'm just keeping all the healthy leaves, and I'm removing everything that looks weird. Well, it happens. What can you do? Some of these things you need to get over it. See what you can save and what you can't save. You move on. You move on with life. So yeah, I'm gonna make a very nice display out of it. Let's see. Yeah, one stem at a time. One stem at a time. Just remove all the funny looking leaves. And we'll talk. I'll keep you updated as to how the situation is doing. Just one stem at a time. That's one. Not many. We remove what we don't like, what doesn't look great, and we keep what looks amazing. Because it's not everything that looks terrible. So if you catch your plant on time, or in time, if you catch your plant in time, not do what I did, just walk away from it, or and not do something about it, you can actually save more than what I'm saving here, you know, because all you have to do is basically when you see it is taking longer than what it should take to dry up, quickly take it out of, remove it from that pot without disturbing much roots. That's what I've done in the past. I'll take the plant out of the pot without disturbing the roots much, and remove some of the wet soil, especially at the bottom. Remove, and on top and on the sides, and then add dry soil into the pot and put back the root ball of the plant. Put back the plant in and repot it, and then leave it and not water it for another week or two, and then you've answered that situation before the roots rotted. So yeah, that's what I've done in the past. When I see that this plant is taking way too long to dry, because I know it should be dry by now, that means I've given it more than what I should have, or so that's what I would do, what I usually what I usually do. But this time I didn't. I just left it. I left it. I really did. I just told myself, you know what? I just hoped it will dry quicker, but it actually never dried. Even now, the soil was still wet. So that was not good at all. So yeah, we live and learn. But like I say, there's ways to rescue your plant. Once you catch it that it's been a week and it should be dry by now and it's not dry, there's a way to solve that problem. It's not that it's not solvable. There's a way to solve that problem. And the way I do it, I don't know about you, please share on the comments down below what do you do. But with me, what I do, I would take, like I said, I'll remove it from the soil and remove some of the soil and add dry soil and put it back in. And usually it bounces back. Well, nothing happens, because what happens with the dry soil, it sucks most of the moisture from the root ball, and then now you are no longer dealing with wet soil. It then goes to moist, because it sucks up the moisture from the root ball, and then then your plant then can breathe, your roots can breathe, and then before you know it, then it dries up. It's able to dry up quicker, and then and then you're back to your. Then you have to re-look at okay, let's look at how I water this plant. Obviously, what I've been doing doesn't work, or what I did earlier didn't work. And that's it. And then you escape the whole root rot situation. But then that's if you catch it earlier and you don't do what I did. Because I saw it earlier, but I left it. I really did. And look at how much leaves I'm losing here. It's not nice. Some are not worth saving. Don't know if anything good will come out of it. You can feel even when you touch some of these leaves that there's no life in it. It's not nice. I'm still gonna plant this and see what becomes of this. I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So here we go. We've got our arrangement here. Nice, beautiful Micans arrangement. And all of this, I'm just gonna take the stems and throw them into sphagnum moss. That's all I'm gonna do. Just remove all the leaves that, they're bad, they're not good looking, they're gone. Trust me, these leaves are not coming back. You might be wondering, what if? No, they're not coming back. This is the end of it. This is definitely the end of it, but you can still get a plant out of these stems, All is not lost. So this is going to the bin. Now this, I want to get a small leaky pot and plant this in a smaller pot and see if something good can come out of it. So I'm going to plant it in this tiny little pot. I think this is, I don't know, but it's one of your smaller terracottas. Yeah. So, and see what becomes of it. So it's basically, I'm just removing bits that can, okay. So that's that. And that's that. We're not going to give up so easily. We're not giving up easy. Not at all. So that's that. I love this plant. Okay, and that's that. Just remove the not so looking one. Oh, it broke. It broke. Oh my goodness, there's nothing left here. See what happens. I'll give you an update. If it worked out, I'll let you know. If it didn't work out, I'll also let you know. Right. You will know for sure. No, maybe we should just put it in the soil. This root, this stem that's leafless. See what becomes of it. What do you think? Should I? Never know. Just cut. It's more like pruning. Okay, this is all not great stuff, right? Let's use this paper towel. And we add soil. And we hope for the best. I'm gonna put it in a greenhouse, my little green box, green box. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave it like this. And I'm sure in there it will have the greatest of environments, which, yeah, will give it a higher chance or a higher rate of surviving. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to put it in my green. I need a hairpin to pin this one down because, yeah, you know. Ooh, please, can you? Ooh. Let me get a pin and I'll be done. I use these hairpins. They work so well if you want to pin a plant down, a stem down. Here we go. And I'm sure it will enjoy the being in there. Mm-hmm. Yay, just a little bit of soil. Now I'm going to water it and put it in a greenhouse. And I'll give you an update on this one because it's basically what got left of this beautiful plant. Some of the roots, some of the root stems or whatever. Yeah, if some things just, yeah, can you believe it, from all that to this? But like I say, it's not all lost because here is my beautiful, this one. Yeah. Here's another one. Maybe I should put it in the soil. Let's put it in the soil. And while we're doing this, we'll put it in there. Where is my stick? Alrighty, but that's all from me for today. I'm glad I was able to do all these planty chores, and I'll let you know how my Micans is doing and how the roots are coming along. And as for everything, I have no doubt it's gonna do well. The next time I do an update on my house plants I'll definitely point them out just to show you how they're doing. But I have no doubt they're gonna take off with growth from here on, because really, yeah, don't take long to repot your plants. These plants it's something I haven't done in over 2 years. So I'm glad I did it. But anyway, and this one obviously it has nothing to do with reporting or being pot bound. I overwatered it, and I'm glad I could rescue some of it. And these, I'm gonna put them in spectrum moss. You've seen how well it works. I've shown you with when I was showing you how my things in my prop box are doing, and Micans is one of them that's in there. But anyway, it's been fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, have a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope I've encouraged someone to go and repot that one plant or those 2 plants you've been putting off. They'll appreciate it. They'll really, really appreciate it, whether it's old soil or they're pot bound, or there's certain plants that enjoy being pot bound. They will continue to thrive, but some plants, they just decline. Yeah, they stop thriving. They stop thriving. So yeah, do them justice and repot them, right? But anyway, it's been fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, don't overwater your plants and go and repot, and have yourself a beautiful day. Bye.